The message vibrated once on my phone. That was enough. I didn't need to read it immediately. I already knew who it was from. 2 days after my contract was terminated, silence had become her weapon. Silence had always been her favorite way to punish me. So when the screen lit up at 2:14 a.m., I felt something colder than surprise. I read it slowly. You should have learnt your lessons. Resume now. No apology. No explanation. Just command. I stared at the ceiling of the hotel room I hadn't slept in. My pulse stayed even. Controlled. That's what she taught me. Control emotion. Weaponize silence. Dominate the narrative. I typed back with the same economy of words she loved. Not happening. I'm the new CEO of your competitor's company. 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then nothing. I set the phone down and exhaled through my nose. Not relief. Not satisfaction. Anticipation. Because power doesn't scream when it arrives. It waits. The next morning, I found out why she'd really fired me. I'd built her company from a skeleton team and a borrowed office. Every system, every expansion, every acquisition strategy had my fingerprints on it. Officially, I was just an operations director. Unofficially, I was the spine. She was the face. She always needed a face. The termination meeting had been clinical. HR present. Legal language. Irreconcilable strategic differences. She didn't look at me when she said it. She didn't need to. She already knew I wouldn't beg. What I didn't know then was what she'd already replaced me with. Not a person. A secret. It started with a detail too small to matter. Her calendar invite, sent to my old work email by mistake. A recurring meeting, private, off-site, every Thursday night. I shouldn't have still had access. But she always underestimated how deeply I understood her systems. I told myself it was nothing. Executive dinners, investors, damage control. But my mind didn't let it go. Because betrayal doesn't announce itself. It leaks. Her phone records confirmed it. Same number. Burners. Short calls. Always after midnight. Always before those Thursday meetings. I didn't confront her. I watched. From the outside, I was calm. Polite texts. Neutral responses. Divorce lawyers hate unpredictability. And I needed her comfortable. Inside, something else was happening. A restructuring. I followed the number. It belonged to her new chief strategy officer. A man I'd interviewed myself. A man who never met my eyes. I replayed old moments, her late nights. The sudden push to remove me from final approvals. The way she'd smiled when I handed him authority I didn't know I was surrendering. It wasn't love. It was efficiency. She didn't betray me for passion. She did it for leverage. I waited. Because truth ripens when you don't rush it. I let my new role settle. The competitors' board wanted blood. They wanted my insight. They wanted the man who'd built her empire from nothing. I gave them strategy. Quietly, I gathered everything else. Emails archived. Expense reports disguised as client retention. Hotel bookings under aliases that were clever, but not clever enough. And then I found the document she never meant anyone to see. An internal memo. Her plan to terminate me had been drafted 6 months earlier. The justification? Conflict of interest. Emotional unpredictability. Potential liability. She'd already decided I was disposable. Before the affair was physical. Before the lies were necessary. I printed the memo. Folded it once. And waited for her to call. She didn't. So I went to see her. She looked smaller in person. Power does that when it senses its expiration date. I placed the memo on her desk. Didn't sit. Didn't speak. She read it. Her face changed in stages. Calculation, confusion, fear. Then I slid the phone records beside it. Her voice cracked when she said my name. I didn't answer. I placed the hotel receipts last. She stood up too fast. The chair scraped loudly. She reached for me like this was still a negotiation. You don't understand, she said. I did. That was the problem. I leaned in close enough for her to smell my restraint. You fired me because you needed me silent, I said. You replaced me because you needed someone obedient. Her mouth opened. I stepped back. I didn't lose my job, I added. I lost my illusion. She started crying then. Real tears. Strategic tears. I'd seen both before. I turned away before she finished. Because I wasn't there for closure. I was there to end something. The fallout was surgical. I didn't expose her publicly. I didn't need to. The board already had questions. Her strategist resigned quietly. Investors grew cautious. Confidence evaporates faster than scandal. She texted me once more. We could have ruled everything together. I deleted it without replying. Not out of anger, out of clarity. Now, when I pass her company's building from my office window, I don't feel triumph. I feel distance. The kind that comes when you finally understand that love wasn't lost. It was leveraged. And leverage only works until someone lets go. I already did.